Good evening and welcome to Ignite News on 6 at 6. It's Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. I'm Rihanna Nikram. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. Prime Minister Phillips pledges faster Amerindian land titling and reforms to the Amerindian Act. High Court squashes dismissal of fraud charges, reviving SOCU's case against Dev Rajeshwar Prasad. President Ali points Jagdeo and Phillips, promising continuity and experience in leadership. And 18-year-old Barbician turns her baking hobby into a growing bakery. The government has pledged to speed up the Amerindian land titling and demarcation program over the next 5 years. Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips made a commitment yesterday at the Amerindian Heritage Cultural Extravaganza at the National Park, which launched Amerindian Heritage Month 2025. He also reaffirmed the government's promise that Indigenous peoples will continue to directly benefit from carbon credit revenues under the Low Carbon Development Strategy.
This is not a handout, but a rightful benefit sharing mechanism for your vital role in conservation. And to that end, you, our Indigenous brothers and sisters, can be assured that going forward, you'll receive no less than 15% of all carbon credit revenues.
Phillips said this ensures that Amerindian communities both receive investment and rewards for their vital role in protecting the environment.
A cornerstone of this vision is the right to land. We recognize that the land is not just a resource, it is life. It is history, and it is identity. Therefore, our government pledges to further advance the Amerindian land titling and demarcation program. We have done more than any other government before us in this regard, and we will continue this process.
The Prime Minister stressed that land titling is not just a legal requirement, but a moral imperative. He said the government will accelerate pending claims to secure tenure and empower communities with this fundamental asset. But he noted that securing land is only part of the solution. It must also be protected and governed by strong, modern laws. To this end, the government will move to revise the Amerindian Act to strengthen protections and ensure greater empowerment of Indigenous communities. President Irfan Ali met today with Suriname's Foreign Minister Melvin Bova at State House to advance key development initiatives. Talks centered on the Quarantine River Bridge project, which would physically link the two countries, and on upgrading the Ghana-Suriname ferry service. Both sides also addressed challenges facing fisherfolk and explored new avenues for bilateral investment. The meeting came just a day after President Ali was sworn in for a second term. Suriname also has a new government, with Jennifer Geerling-Simons sworn in as president in July. Ali told reporters that he may meet with President Geerling-Simons this weekend to discuss priorities and strengthen ongoing collaborations. Minister Bova was joined by senior Surinamese officials, while President Ali was accompanied by Foreign Secretary Robert Prasad and Director of Presidential Affairs, Marcia Nadir Sharma. Acting Chief Justice Navindra Singh has ruled in favor of the Special Organized Crime Unit, SOCU, overturning a magistrate decision to dismiss 3 criminal charges against convicted fraudster Dev Rajeshwar Prasad. The ruling followed a judicial review after SOCU argued that Magistrate Delon Bess acted unlawfully when he dismissed the cases in the Diamond Court, while sitting instead at the Laguan Court. Court records show the matters were scheduled for May 29th, but prosecutors were told the magistrate would not be at Diamond and arranged a new date, June 27th. Despite this, Magistrate Bess joined the Diamond Court Zoom session from Laguan, found no SOCU representative present, and dismissed the charges. Justice Singh found that Bess acted improperly by handling Diamond Court matters while sitting in another jurisdiction and failing to verify with his clerk the prosecution's absence. The High Court has now squashed the dismissals. SOCU was represented by prosecutor David Braffett. When we return, Amerindian Heritage Month kicks off, a Whale Zone entry projects update, and President Ali's new team takes office.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95, tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95, tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Govt Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Govt's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Welcome back. Amerindian Heritage Month was launched last evening. The songs of drums, dancing feet, and vibrant colors filled the air last night as Ghana's Amerindian Heritage Village was officially unveiled, marking the start of the 2025 Amerindian Heritage Month celebrations. From traditional performances and craft displays to the aromas of indigenous cuisine, the launch stood as a powerful symbol of pride, unity, and the living legacy of Ghana's first peoples.
It is with immense pride and profound honor that we come together today, united in celebration of not only the rich tapestry of Amerindian heritage that lies at the core of our national identity.
Minister of Amerindian Affairs Pauline Campbell-Sukai linked the joy of the celebration to renewed confidence in national leadership. She congratulated President Irfan Ali on his second term, noting indigenous communities have long recognized his commitment to their progress. She called the words of a Region 8 youth who declared December 1st would be a heritage victory, words brought to life at this year's festivities.
So let us work hand in hand to ensure that our stories, languages, and vibrant traditions of our people continue to be celebrated, respected, and cherished in the heart of this society, Guyana.
As Napi Village in Region 9 takes its turn in the national spotlight, the Heritage Village stands as a living canvas of history, identity, and resilience. The month-long celebrations will continue to honor Amerindian culture, reminding the nation that these traditions are thriving threads in the fabric of Guyana's future. President Irfan Ali has received an updated map of the Wales Industrial Zone, outlining existing and proposed energy infrastructure, including land set aside for a data center, a fertilizer plant, and a glass factory. The President met with Winston Brassington, head of the Gas to Energy Task Force, for updates on both phases of the project. For Phase 1, which covers a 300-megawatt combined cycle plant and natural gas liquids facilities, officials confirmed that the first turbine foundation will be poured on Tuesday night, September 9th. More than 300 people are already employed, with another 100 expected to join in the coming weeks. Phase 2 will add another 300 megawatts, and 7 submissions have already been received as part of the pre-qualification process. Meanwhile, 20 million cubic feet of gas per day has been earmarked for a fertilizer plant, with talks planned with both international and local partners. President Dr. Irfan Ali says Ghana is in good hands as his new administration takes shape, maintaining continuity at the highest levels of government. On Monday, both Vice President Dr. Barry Jagdeo and Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips were sworn in, pledging another 5 years of service under the People's Progressive Party Civic.
His story is one of unparalleled achievement. As a former Minister of Finance, he stewarded our economy with a keen and brilliant mind. As President of this Republic for 12 remarkable years, he set the stage for the prosperity we are now realizing.
Dr. Jagdeo, who served as Ghana's president for 12 years, was reappointed vice president. President Ali praised him as a trusted source of counsel from 2020 to 2025 and as a leader whose knowledge of governance remains invaluable.
Dr. Jagdeo, your continued service is a gift to the nation, and we are all beneficiaries of your wisdom and boundless energy.
Also sworn in was Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips, beginning his second term. President Ali described him as a steadying force for the administration, whose discipline, loyalty, and decades of service make him indispensable.
His name is synonymous with duty and public service. When called to serve, he has never faltered. He embodies the spirit of discipline, loyalty, and steadfast commitment.
President Ali himself took the oath of office on Sunday, marking the start of a new 5-year term. With both his vice president and prime minister returning alongside him, he said the nation can expect stability, experience, and leadership as Ghana charts its course ahead. When we come back, a teen turns her baking hobby into a business. A pensioner found dead in Supernam Creek, and Ghana gets ready to host the CBC Women's Basketball Championship.
Your business is built on hard work, vision, and the drive to succeed. At GBTI, we understand what it takes to grow. That's why we offer Grow, a small business service designed to help your business expand, adapt, and reach its full potential. From new opportunities to new milestones, We're here to support you every step of the way. Grow from GBTI. Progress starts here.
You're watching Night News on 6 at 6. Thanks for staying with us. An 18-year-old turns her passion for baking into a growing bakery in Region 6. A $100,000 government grant, along with support from family and friends, has helped 18-year-old Devishti Sukan, account clerk, transform her passion for baking into Sugar Plum, a growing bakery in Islington Village, Region 6. She began baking at 14 in her mother's kitchen, turning a simple hobby into a family tradition. And now, a business is creating opportunities for growth and independence.
My mom, she loves baking. And so I would be in the kitchen with her, during the holidays, Christmas. She would bake each and every single one of my siblings and I our birthday cake growing up. So I always loved baking with her. It's a special bond. And so my first baking utensils, my neighbor, my grandmother, I'd say, she gave me Christmas cake in a small pan. And guys, this is the pan. And I used that to bake for I would say 7 years. I've been making each and every one of my household.
Starting was not easy. Without proper equipment, she makes everything by hand. Now things are better and her income is bigger.
Working alone, yes, I'm making an income, but to get an even better income, I learned from a family of business that 2 sources of income is better than 1. I recently received a $100,000 cash grant, so I took that money and I invested more into my business. I bought a cake mixer, I bought supplies that would enhance my business. So yeah, with grants, help from my parents, and support from my friends.
Her first order came from a co-worker last September, and since then, social media has helped expand her customer base across regions.
Within the next 5 years, I see my business working towards that goal to potentially own a cafe or a bakery, something along that line.
What started as a hobby in a family kitchen is now a business, proving that hard work and creativity can open new doors. Police in Regional Division 2 are investigating the death of 69-year-old Abdul Ramjan Khan, whose body was found in the Supnang Creek on the SOCU coast yesterday. The rural police station received a report around 7:10 a.m. that a body was floating near the farmer's wharf. Senior officers and detectives recovered the body, noting blood from the ear, but no visible signs of violence. The body was later identified by 34-year-old minibus driver Navindra Thomas as his father-in-law Abdul Khan. The deceased was taken to Study Public Hospital and pronounced dead on arrival, before being moved to the mortuary pending a post-mortem. According to Thomas, Khan left Wickenham on Sunday in his wooden boat to buy engine parts in Supanam but never returned. Thomas found the boat moored with Khan's clothes nearby and reported him missing. CCTV footage from a nearby house captured Khan falling into the water. Police continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding his death. In sports, the Ghana Basketball Federation has announced that Ghana will host the Caribbean Basketball Confederation CBC Women's Championship this November. The tournament runs from November 9th to 17th at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall in Georgetown. It will be the first time the event is held since 2018, when Suriname hosted. 10 of the Caribbean's top basketball nations are expected to compete for spots at the Women's Central Basket Tournament, which serves as the qualifier for the International Basketball Federation FIBA Women's AmeriCup. Preparations are already underway to bring the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall up to international standards, with a local organizing committee set to manage logistics. The championship also carries special meaning for Guyana. Back in 1996, the women's national team won the country's first Caribbean title at the CARICOM Basketball Championship in Trinidad and Tobago. Sam Curran has been recalled to England's T20 squad for the opening match of the series against South Africa in Cardiff on Wednesday. According to the BBC, it will be an all-rounder's first appearance under head coach Brendan McCullum, with his last outing back in November 2024 against the West Indies. The 27-year-old earned a late call-up after a standout campaign in the 100 with champions Oval Invincibles, scoring 238 runs and taking 12 wickets. England has struggled without a seam bowling all-rounder in the one-day series, with South Africa won 2-1. Curran now comes in at number 5 with Jacob Bettel and Will Jacks also skipping their spots. The bowling attack features Jofra Archer, Jamie Overton, Adil Rashid and Liam Dawson, while opener Phil Salt also returns after paternity leave. England will be looking to build on the momentum of their record win in the final ODI at Southampton. Still ahead, police in the TNT schools, a deadly train crash in Mexico, and Nepal's prime minister steps down amid violent protests. Stay with us. Welcome back. Trinidad and Tobago deploys armed police to high-risk schools in a crackdown on classroom violence. Prime Minister Kamala Prasad-Bisesar says this marks, in her words, the beginning of the end for bullying and school-related crime. The move follows a school tour by Police Commissioner Alistair Govt, who warned parents to keep their children in check or risk imprisonment. The Prime Minister lamented that teachers face abuse from both students and parents, while children endure bullying, robbery, and beatings. She warned anyone who assaults teachers will be removed by police. Prasad-Bisesar defended the presence of armed officers, noting they are acting under police protocols and with the government's full support. She stressed her goal is to restore schools as, quote, sacred spaces for learning, not battlegrounds. In international news, 10 people were killed and at least 61 injured in central Mexico when a freight train slammed into a double-decker passenger bus. The rail company Canadian Pacific Kansas City de Mexico said the bus was attempting to cross in front of the moving train. It extended condolences to the victims' families and urged drivers to obey signs at railroad crossings. The crash happened on the highway between Atlacomulco and Maravatillo, northwest of Mexico City. Officials confirmed that 7 women and 3 men were among the dead. Several of the injured remain in serious condition. Images from the scene showed the bus stop deck crushed and its metal frame mangled as the emergency team works to clear the area. Deadly bus crashes are frequent across Latin America. Earlier this year, more than 40 people were killed when a bus collided with a truck in southern Mexico. Buses remain the main form of passenger travel in Mexico, though the government plans to expand passenger rail in the coming years. Finally this evening, Nepal's Prime Minister Khadga Prasad Oli has resigned as violent protests against a short-lived social media ban spiraled into wider anger at the country's political elite. The ban was lifted today, but demonstrations only intensified, fueled by accusations of corruption and frustration with the government. Tens of thousands of protesters flooded the streets, blocking roads, storming government buildings, and even attacking political leaders. Some ministers had to be evacuated by army helicopters. Just a day earlier, police opened fire on crowds in Kathmandu, killing 19 people. The unrest, largely led by young people, has become known as the Gen Z protests. Oli's resignation was accepted by President Ramchandra Pudel, who named him head of a caretaker government until a new one is formed. The army chief has urged protesters to stop the demonstrations and come to the table for dialogue, while the military warned it remains committed to preserving law and order. And that's all for this edition of Ignite News on 6 at 6. For more stories, visit ignitenews.com or follow us on social media. Thanks for watching. I'm Rihanna Nikram. See you tomorrow for more Ignite News.